Hey, what's up everybody? It's your girl Merle, and today we're gonna be doing a fun little recipe. One of you recommended this to me and I thought, oh my God, I gotta try this. First of all, I for a while didn't really know that Nutella wasn't vegan because, and here's a sad story. Around the time that I decided to go vegan, maybe 3 months before, was when I discovered Nutella. I know, shocking. You're like, wait, what? How? But listen, it just wasn't something that was in my house growing up, and it wasn't something that was around me. So I didn't go out of my way to buy it. And I know there was a lot of buzz around it. Everyone loves Nutella and people talk about it all the time. But I just kind of got to the age where I was like, well, I never really used to have it, so why would I have it now? But then I had it and I learned to love it. And then I decided to go vegan and I had to give it up. It's like we met at a train station like two star-crossed lovers, and then we were torn away by unfathomable, unpredictable circumstances. Anyway, so one of you sent me this recipe, thank you, and you told me, you know, hey, you should try this recipe, it looks kind of cool. And I thought, yeah, it does look really cool, it looks really simple. So we're gonna be making Nutella today out of roasted chickpeas. Chickpeas, once again, are coming through. Chickpeas, garbanzo beans, whatever you call them. You know, they really are a magical thing. They really are a magical food. And not just the chickpea itself, but the aquafaba or the water around it. I mean, really, it's got our backs. You know what I mean? For baking substitutes, I've made chickpea cookie dough before, which granted tasted a lot like chickpeas with sugar and vanilla and chocolate, and made my entire apartment smell like farts for about 2 days. But it was still pretty good. I mean, I still ate the whole thing. And this recipe is by Epic Mint Leaves, shout out. Go check them out. And they basically are saying that by roasting the chickpeas, you get kind of more of that like hazelnutty flavor, and it reduces the actual chickpea flavor from appearing in the recipe. So yeah, with that said, I suppose let's go ahead and get into the recipe. I'm using dried garbanzo beans or chickpeas. You can also use canned if you want. I'm trying to like crank it up a notch and start using dried beans because the flavor really is a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick soak on these, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these chickpeas and we're going to strain them out, and then we're going to pat them dry, and we're gonna spread them out on a baking sheet, toss them in the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 220 degrees Celsius, and we're gonna let those roast for about 30 minutes. This was deceptively stressful because the chickpeas just started popping all over the place. It was wild, and now it's a mess in there. And I took them out and they were dry as little rat turds or something, I don't know. But I did keep the not the rat turds, oh my God. I did keep the dried chickpeas to eat kind of like popcorn. So they make a great snack, just definitely too dry for this recipe. Yeah, that's crispy. Pretty good though. Okay, so we're gonna grab our roasted chickpeas and we're gonna place them in the blender. And then we're gonna add 6 medjool dates, obviously that have been pitted already. Don't want you choking. The dates will add some nice sweetness, a ½ a cup of cocoa powder, and finally about 1 cup of hot water. Now we're just gonna blend this up until it's nice and smooth and creamy. That's looking pretty good. It really smells like brownie batter. Still a little chunky. I'm gonna try to put this in my food processor. Right now, this has got the consistency of like Ferrero Rocher. I'm thinking what I need to do is buy a can of chickpeas and just try to do it the way that he did it in the video. I can already tell this is not it. It's chunky from the roasted chickpeas. All right, but I will give it a try. Oh no. Oh. Oh. No, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. Very bitter. The texture is all wrong. It's like chalky. We need to go back to the drawing boards for sure. And I think the texture is not the only thing we need to fix. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when it's smoother, it won't be as intensely weird in my mouth. I do think that this needs some more sweetness beyond just the dates. I might try adding a little bit of maple syrup, but yeah, we're gonna need to try this again. I'm gonna go back to the drawing boards, get a can of chickpeas and figure this out. Alexa, what's a chickpea pun?
I don't have a pun about that.
Alexa, what's a joke about chickpeas?
I don't have a joke about that.
Oh my God, you're killing me. Whoa, there are some wild jokes in here. Okay, a man choked to death after eating mashed chickpeas. Police initially thought it was a freak accident, but it turned out to be homicide. I just ate some expired moldy chickpeas. Now I falafel. Whoa! Okay, I got a really dirty one, but you're gonna have to wait till the end of the video. You're just gonna have to wait till the end of the video. Turns out canned chickpeas is the way to go, because these ones already look 1,000 times better. So canned chickpeas, or I guess I'm just terrible at rehydrating chickpeas. I don't know. But these ones are working much more, and they're not exploding. It's the next day. I did this whole process all over again. I got some canned chickpeas. I dried them off thoroughly, roasted them for the right amount of time, and then I put all the ingredients together and I blended them up. And now it's time for us to try this. Right off the bat, it does kind of have the look of Nutella. It's not quite as like smooth as I would hope it would be, but again, I think it's because we're roasting the chickpeas, but who knows? It smells like brownie batter. Honestly, it still doesn't have much flavor, and if it does, it's like bitter, kind of dark chocolate. So I'm gonna try to add a little bit of maple syrup to this. If you are someone who doesn't want any added sugar, you could try to like soak some of the medjool dates and then add them in. I think that would probably help with the texture of this. I'm also gonna try to add slightly more water and just see what happens. The consistency is looking better for sure. It's looking more like whipped instead of just like chunky, but it's still a little grainy, which isn't exactly what I would want. See if the sweetness is better. The texture is like lighter. We're definitely gonna need more maple syrup. Maple syrup should also help with the texture. It's still really bitter. I think what I would do in the future, if you want to try this, is soak your medjool dates before you blend them up so that they are easier to break down and they don't like cause little chunks in the Nutella. After you roast your chickpeas, maybe soak those for a second too. I just think soaking things would probably make this smoother. This food processor has never had a problem in the past, so I don't think it's that. I mean, I'm adding a lot of maple syrup right now. Probably at least 1/4 cup, because otherwise it is so bitter. I don't know how anyone would eat that on its own. Okay, I think this is where I'm gonna leave this one for now. I'm gonna rate the original recipe like a 4 out of 10. Honestly, maybe even like a 3 out of 10, just because the texture was like grainy. Granted, you know, I had to add more water than the recipe asked for, and once I did that, the texture was better. And also just the taste is like super bitter. The medjool dates do not nearly sweeten it enough for it to taste remotely like Nutella. It's cool that you can use chickpeas in this way. Am I getting like a hazelnut flavor from this? From like roasting the chickpeas? No. With this and like improved or, you know, tweaked recipe, I would even give this like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. I don't think if you're a diehard Nutella fan that this is gonna like satiate that craving. If you do end up going back to the drawing boards with this one and tweaking it and trying to make it more Nutella-like, or you wanna see me try to do that, I'd be happy to give it another try. I just don't know how much salvaging there really is from this. It's good. Like I said, it tastes like brownie batter. I don't get Nutella at all. I think the reason I'm not more invested in like trying to tweak this to make it taste just like Nutella is because the roasted chickpeas are not bringing the hazelnut flavor that I was expecting to get. Yeah, sorry to disappoint you guys. I hope that there are some other Nutella recipes out there you want to send me, you want me to try, send them my way. I know there are some that are made with like soaked cashews, which might be a better option. I hope you have a beautiful day. And in the meantime, if you want to hang out with me between streams, I have a Discord that I'm on almost every single day if you want to chat, and all of my socials are in the description below. According to my analytics, 40-something% of y'all that tend to watch do not subscribe, so I don't know what you're waiting for. I got everything you need right here. Well, I have terrible puns and vegan food. It really helps the channel more than you know. Thank you so much. If you're waiting to the end of the video, or you just skipped to the end of the video to hear the dirty chickpea joke, I'll be wearing my outfit from yesterday because this took 2 days to shoot. Oh my God. It'd be nice if they could like time that up with my joke, but they won't because it'll be from the past. If you are under 18, skip to this time code because this is inappropriate. This is so inappropriate. I don't know if I should tell it. I'm gonna tell it, but I'm not proud of it, okay? I'm not proud. What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? I've never heard of a man paying to let a garbanzo bean on his face.